Let's hope I remember everything I want to say. Hey, it says what? Thanks very much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it when you leave me a like or a comment or a question. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I use a Moleskine weekly planner that I have in this beautiful Oberon Designs cover. And this style of planning just works for me. This is where I put in what I have to do, appointments that I have. I keep track of what I spend, deliveries I may or may not have coming, and I have a one good thing today or a gratitude that I write down every day in here. For years, I kept a notebook that I didn't really know what to call it. It was where I would journal in, write down quotes that I wanted to remember, keep track of things I needed to pick up at the store. I never knew really what to call it. And a few years ago, I heard the phrase commonplace book, and that's what I guess I'll refer to it as. Not common, but commonplace. Here's a definition. At the beginning of 2022, I tried to separate some of those things into separate notebooks, but I'm back in the thing that works the best for me, so I thought I would share that with you. And that is my A5 size Patricia Nash patchwork organizer. That's a lot to say at one time. The A5 size, if you're not familiar with, is about a half of a letter size piece of paper, cut in half. But this binder is about 6.5 inches wide by about 9.5 inches tall. And, it's about an inch or so wide. It has a snap closure. And this is a beautiful patchwork design from Patricia Nash, like I said. I like the whip stitching. And then this is the inside. It has 6 rings. And then it has the Patricia Nash logo here, a pocket, a secretarial pocket, and then nothing on the back. It has, I don't know if this is suede in the interior or a man-made material, but I like it. I find that I prefer this size for use every day. This journal or commonplace book doesn't leave the house for the most part. I'll do my word of the day thing in there. I write down my thoughts for the day, what I did during the day, what I'm thinking about. I keep track of quotes and movies I want to see or books I want to read, things like that in it. And I have dividers for the various sections, and it just works out really well for what I need to do. And I find it works best for me to have everything in one book rather than, like I said, at the start of 2022, I was trying to do each thing in a separate notebook, and that only lasted about a month and a half, and now I'm back in my Patricia Nash A5. My Patricia Nash does lay flat on its own. I have a few other loose leaf organizers. A few years back now, I bought this Filofax Union Jack personal sized organizer, and I had to have it. Filofax was celebrating an anniversary. Union Jack is the unofficial or de facto flag of the United Kingdom. I think the design is bringing together the 3 crosses that are on each flag for Scotland, Ireland, and Great Britain. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. But it has a snap closure. It says Filofax, the original, established 1921. I'm not using this one right now. I have some just spare paper that I've collected over the years in here. But this is the personal size. I have a little ruler here, and then I still have the original flyleaf. It says Filofax, the original, made in the UK on the flyleaf. This one has a large pocket on the front, and then 2 credit card sized pockets here, and then an elastic band. You could put a few pens here and here, and an elastic band here. I know this isn't the best angle to see this, but I don't really have a top-down camera. It has the 6 rings, and then I have a few plastic sleeves that I think came with this binder when I bought it. I don't really remember. I know that this notepad, this jotter notepad, did come with it. And then there's a pocket on the back. I think I bought this around 2016 or 2015. I really don't remember. It is stamped Filofax, the original, established 1921, made in the UK, personal organizer, genuine leather. This one is made of kind of a patent leather, shiny, and you can see from the back it can get scratched up. I saw one on eBay a few years back because when I realized that this personal size didn't really work for me as a commonplace book, I wanted to go to the A5 size, so I regretted not buying the A5 in this original Jack pattern when it was available. So I went looking on the secondary market, and I saw one that the seller said was used by a university student every day, and they had worn away the design in much of the front and the back. It looked really cool, but that one had already been sold by the time I saw it. So anyway, that's my, says the original Jack personal organizer. I did forget to mention something important, so I'm adding it here. This one does not lay flat on its own. I don't know if it's because I haven't used it enough or what, but you can see it will close after a bit. Then we know I'm a Dooney and Bourke. Fill in whatever word you want. And I've always wanted a Dooney and Bourke organizer. They don't make these anymore. They're available on eBay and Poshmark and things like that, but usually they want a lot of money for them. I was minding my own business on OfferUp or Letgo or something. That's, a secondary resale site. And luckily for me, one of my friends lived right next door to the seller, or pretty close to the seller, I should say, and she offered to pick it up for me. And best news of all, this only cost $5. And I didn't have to drive to get it. Oh, I forgot to say that this personal sized original Filofax is about 5 inches across and almost 6.5 inches high. And there's the depth. This Dooney one, although it takes personal size inserts, is bigger. It's about 6 wide by 8 inches long, and that's the depth. Try to hold these up evenly. You can see, I think you can see the difference in the height and also in the width. It has the Dooney duck and all-weather leather emblem on the front. It's plain on the back. It has the snap closure. The inside is really nice too. It has a slip pocket on the front, and then I guess something you could put your ID or a credit card there with the thumb hole so you can slide it out. And then it has 2 other pockets here, and it has a slip pocket in the back. It has Dooney and Bourke written on the back there, stamped. And I just have some dashboards or dividers here and a Filofax ruler. But what was really cool is there are these older inserts. I don't know if they came from Dooney and Bourke or not. This is daily appointments. I have a few pages of those. And then a project goal planner page. There's a few pages of that. There's a daily expense page. A few of those. These are not marked with a date. It says created in USA, preference collection. There's this address page that I don't know who wrote that name and number in there. I'll blur out the number and the name, but I don't know if it was the seller. I don't know anything about this, if the person I bought it from was the original owner or not. And I don't have any idea how old this is. There's a ton of address pages. The age of the internet existed when this was made, because here's a refill page that has information on there. It tells you what type of refills it will take and how to order either by phone or online. And then they had some supplemental things you could buy for this 6-ring organizer. I still use this one as an address book, so I use this pretty frequently, and I just love it because it's Dooney and Bourke. Same goes for my Dooney and Bourke. It doesn't stay closed at all. So that's it. Thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a good day. Take care, everyone.